They thought they didn't need her. The great gods, the Orishas, had been sent to shape the world. The strongest, the wisest, the most powerful among them. And among these mighty beings, there was one woman, Oshun. Golden-skinned, radiant, and full of laughter. She descended from the heavens, but the male Orishas scoffed. What can she do? Ogun, the iron god, sneered. This is a man's task, Orunmila, the wise one, muttered. Go play with flowers, Oshun, Shongo, the god of thunder, teased. They ignored her, cast her aside, and without her, the world was doomed. This is the story of Oshun, the goddess who loved too deeply, the goddess who suffered, and the goddess who became eternal. In the beginning, the world was nothing, just a vast, empty space. Olodumare, the supreme creator, decided it was time to bring life to the earth. He sent the Orishas, mighty beings with power over the elements, to shape the land, the skies, and the rivers. Ogun struck the ground with his hammer, carving mountains from stone. Obatala molded humans from clay. Shongo, full of fire and pride, filled the skies with lightning. But the earth was lifeless. The rivers refused to flow. The trees would not grow. The humans lay still, motionless and cold. The world had power, but no warmth. Oshun, the goddess of love, fertility, and the sweet waters, watched silently. She knew the problem. Brothers, she said softly, you have forgotten something. You cannot create life without love, without water, without me. The Orishas laughed. Love? Ogun scoffed. Love does not build mountains. We do not need your softness here, Orunmila said dismissively. Shongo smirked. Let the men do the work, Oshun. And so she stepped back and waited. And as they toiled, as they fought, as they raged against the lifeless earth, nothing happened. The land remained dry. The humans did not rise. The world was empty. And then the earth began to crack. Why isn't it working? Ogun muttered, hammering his fist into the ground. We have given this world strength, Orunmila said, shaking his head. We have given it fire, Shongo roared, his thunder shaking the skies. But it was no use. The Orishas, finally desperate, went to Olodumare for answers. And the Supreme One thundered in anger. You have ignored the most powerful force of all, Oshun. Without her, there is no love. Without her, there is no water. And without water, there is no life. The gods were humbled, and they knew what they had to do. They searched for Oshun, but she was gone. She had vanished into the forest, heartbroken and betrayed. The Orishas whispered among themselves. Who would find her? Who would bring her back? And then, for the first time, Shongo, the mighty warrior, the arrogant king, stood up and admitted he was wrong. We need her, he said. I will bring her home. So Shongo found Oshun by the river, golden tears slipping down her cheeks. The water shimmered as she wept, the trees leaning toward her like they too were listening. For the first time, Shongo didn't know what to say. Oshun, he started. She didn't look up. We were wrong. She turned, her golden eyes toward him, searching. And do you regret it, Shongo? Or do you only regret what you lost? Shongo, the god of storms, the god of fire, knelt before her. I regret that we hurt you. And for the first time, Oshun saw the truth in his eyes. With a gentle smile, she lifted her hands, and the rivers rushed forward. The trees burst into bloom. The humans gasped, life filling their lungs. The world was alive. Oshun had saved them. For a time, she was adored, the goddess of beauty, love, and life. But jealousy is a cruel thing. As humans worshipped her, as her rivers sparkled in the sun, the other Orishas grew resentful. She thinks she is the most powerful, Ogun grumbled. She is just a woman, Orunmila muttered. She must be reminded of her place, some whispered. And so, one by one, they abandoned her. When drought came, Oshun asked for help. Ogun, will you forge rain for me? I have no time, he said. Orunmila, will you give me wisdom? Find your own path. Finally, she turned to Shongo, the only one who had ever understood her. Shongo, will you fight for me? Shongo clenched his fist. His face was unreadable, but he did not speak. And so, Oshun wept. But this time, her golden tears did not bring life. They brought sorrow. Heartbroken and betrayed, Oshun did something no Orisha had ever done. She transformed. Her golden skin shimmered, feathers sprouting from her back. Her sorrow burned so brightly that even the sky could not hold her. And as the Orishas watched, she flew. A golden peacock rising into the heavens, her beauty fading with each passing second. She flew to the moon, far from the world that had hurt her. And there she lost her glow. The coldness of the sky stole her warmth. Her golden feathers dulled, her beauty fading into pale silver. The goddess of love had become a shadow. And only then did the Orishas realize that they had lost something precious. Come back, Oshun, they cried. Shongo raised his hands, summoning thunder, trying to call her back. But she was gone. But gods do not die. They transform. And so in one final act of love, Oshun let go of her sorrow. She let go of her pain, and she fell, but she did not crash. She melted into water. She flowed through the earth, and when she touched the land, she became something greater. She became the Oshun River. Now she is eternal. In every drop of water, in every stream, in every ocean wave, Oshun lives. And so, the next time you stand by a river and hear it whisper, know that Oshun is watching forever.